Hi, my name is Ashley. I am currently Director of Operations at UPIC Health. During one of our meetings, we were trying to figure out how we could connect or get everyone to share their stories, and I said, why not, why not I share my story? I really hate talking on camera like this, but I think this will be a good learning opportunity for anyone who may find themselves in this situation. So this is about my delivery story. I gave birth to my daughter on St. Patrick's Day back in 2016. So that morning, I go to the hospital, I get there, they're checking everything out. They're noticing that every time I have a contraction, that the fetus heart rate drops. So they're like, okay, let's get you to walk to see if we could get things to progress. So I walked about 15 minutes. They still seeing that the heart rate is dropping. The fetus is stressed out. So they moved me upstairs. During that time, I was trying to get blood drawn, was unable to get blood drawn. That nurse had poked me so bad, I had like blood all over my gown. Didn't give me a new one. When I got upstairs and got to another nurse, she looked at it and she was like, oh my God, gave me a new gown and took my blood with no problem. Now, I'm waiting for the provider to come in, and once the provider came in, she told me what the plan was. I want to have a natural birth, not necessarily fully natural. I still wanted the epidural. So they was like, okay, we're going to just keep checking you. We're not going to give you any medication to induce you because it'll stress the fetus out. Fast forward to about maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake up to like the nurses, the doctor in there telling me that I need to have an emergency C-section. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Every time I had someone check on me, they said I was doing fine. I was progressing fine. I was dilating. The doctor gave me the medicine to induce me because she thought I was doing fine. And I asked her, and I'm like, I thought you said you wasn't going to give me that medication to induce me. And I'm looking at the nurse like, didn't she say that? And the nurse is just looking at me like, I'm just so sorry. Me and the nurses on that floor had conversations, and they didn't really was too much fond of that provider. It was just an emotional time. Like the way I was treated, I felt like they kept saying I was a Medicaid client. When I'm telling them, here's my insurance card, I'm telling them, call the doctor's office. I prepared, like they make you fill out all this paperwork that they're supposed to just send over so your process would be so smooth. Was not that for me. I'm literally in tears talking to this lady like, I don't want you to touch me because you lied to me. I can't trust you with my life. You're telling me that the umbilical cord, it could be wrapped around my baby's neck. In that moment, I felt like they were just treating me so poorly because they thought that I had a certain type of insurance when I had Blue Cross Blue Shield Federal. Like, it was paying for everything. And I was still under my father's plan. So I was 25. I was still under my father's plan. So I was 25. After I boohoo crying to the nurses and that doctor, kind of catch the attitude, she was just ready to go. She was trying to force me into a cesarean because she was ready to go. I'll wait till the other provider comes onto their shift, which was like probably around like 8, 7 in the morning. So he was like, we can try to do a natural birth, but it's not, I wasn't making the same progression that I was before she gave me the medicine to induce me. But they called that guy like the god of cesareans, and they're like, everybody was like, he's such a good doctor, but he didn't come in gentle-handed with me either. He came in and I almost felt like I was being a burden to everybody, but it's just like, this is my child, this is my baby, I've been carrying her. Like, why is no one showing me the same sympathy that they would show to someone else? Like, I didn't get the best care. Now, I met some great nurses that really love what they do, but as far as the providers, I didn't even get to be with a provider that I knew from going to my OBGYN office because they had such a high turnover rate. So after I had my cesarean, due to having both the epidurals and all this medication, my legs and my ankles are swollen. I'm in pain from having a cesarean. They want me to walk around, and it was just like the worst. They kept calling me a Medicaid client. And I'm like, I don't have Medicaid. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're like, okay, we'll get that fixed for you. I'm like, I've been telling this for 2 days. I probably was there for like a week or so. I was able to be released and go home. I get home, I get smacked with a large bill, and I decided to breastfeed. I'm still in pain from having a cesarean, and now I'm getting smacked with a bill. As a new mom, you don't want to have to worry about things that you thought you had all the way squared away. So being in the position that I am now with operations and seeing how things will work, you really have to have sympathy and empathy towards the client, no matter who they are, no matter what insurance they have, and you can't assume or stereotype anyone. And I feel like if more providers had help or the right people in place, that it will be streamline business, smooth and functional. You can even look up statistics of how women of color are treated in the healthcare industry, period, no matter what they're doing. 9 times out of 10, they kind of brush it off of what we say was wrong with us, or kind of just, give us a okie doke. A lot of doctors probably forces people more so into cesareans. That's how I felt in that situation. I just want to hear others' stories about what women, or maybe men too, men is not just to women, but anyone who has a story that is, whether it's in an urgent care, whether it's in a hospital, whether it's going to a regular doctor's office where they're given the runaround when they just really need treatment, they really need care. Even situations of someone that you may have known, if you want to speak on their behalf, will be great. We're just trying to get information out there so that we can help bring awareness to this. We can help streamline business. We can help give you those tools, or talk about tools that you can use to equip you and provide you knowledge on how to handle these certain type of situations. I want to say thank you for allowing me to share my story. It was hard, and I know it'll be hard for someone else to share stories that they went through, but I just want to let you know you have a community that's here for you. Till next time, bye.